Good evening, folks. This is Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project on Sunday, January 21st, 9:12 p.m. Mountain Time, 2018, bringing you a grand solar minimum update. Winter storm into Monday named Jackson with an X. Hazardous travel, blizzard conditions, flights canceled, plans disrupted. Before we get into it, we're going to dedicate this show to John Coleman, who died tonight, Weather Channel co-founder. He didn't doubt climate science. He doubted man-made climate change, which is BS. And John Coleman is one of our heroes. We have a video that I'll link you down below in the description where he tears global warming apart, and he's all for climate cycles. There he is in his younger days. Hero to the channel. Died at 83. Say a prayer for John Coleman tonight. Let's get back to the update. Interstate 70 closed. Dozens of flights canceled as Winter Storm Jackson with an X, to appeal to all the soccer moms to stay distracted, dumped snow on the Rockies and the plains. Blizzard conditions, just like we called it, folks. And there's the dump. 18 plus, all through central Nebraska. Northwest Iowa. The big swath through Minnesota there. Heads up with the winds on the back end of this storm. Winter storm totals in Colorado. If you watched my deer video earlier, you know we got snow here. And of course, Wolf Creek got the most snow in all of Colorado. 18 inches there out of this system. But basically snow throughout the state. And most of the closures and the shutdowns are happening here on the other side of the Rockies. Let's see what they say here. Winter Storm Jackson canceled 130 flights at Denver International. I-70 was shut down in both directions. Traffic was snarled in Arizona, and 20 inches of snow have been dumped in Utah. And that is boom. Winter storm and blizzard warnings in effect for most of Iowa. This is including especially Audubon, Carroll, Cerro Gordo, Green, Webster, and Wright. Blizzard conditions Monday night over west central and north central Iowa. A strong winter storm looks to enter Iowa late tonight, provide a wintry mix at times over portions of the western and northern Iowa early Monday morning. The transition to all snow looks to be around sunrise shortly after Monday morning over the blizzard warning locations. This transition is expected to coincide with the strongest winds and lead to blizzard conditions through the day Monday and into Monday evening. The southeast edge of the heaviest snow band will see a wintry mix at times during the day. What a nightmare for Iowa. And that's a boom. Blizzard to create dangerous travel from Nebraska to Michigan through Monday. Heavy snow and blizzard conditions will continue to snarl travel and disrupt daily routines across the Midwest. People are asked to not go outside in this blue band. Even cold air will roll in the slow-moving storm and unleash snow in areas where temperatures were in the 40s and 50s. Just days ago. Grand solar minimum much? That's a boom. It's going to get crazy. Severe weather down in Texas from this Jackson with an X. Moves through North Texas, parts hit with hail. We have pictures. A severe thunderstorm warning was in effect for Tarrant County in the afternoon with the threat of hail, and they got it in the form of cubes. Viewers from cities like Arlington and North Richland sent pictures in, handfuls of their hail. Although the thunderstorm warnings were called off, a tornado watch remains in effect for parts of North Texas and the Metroplex. Jackson's not done. Insurers in Canada say weather's getting weird. It seems this weather's getting weirder. I wonder what's going on. Grand solar minimum much? Guys, I got some great graphics to show you. Last 400 years of climate science, pretty much ripping it wide open for everyone to take a look at. You could see how the Dalton minimum and the Maunder minimum here coinciding with very low solar output in watts per square meter. These are the solar cycles and the solar dynamics, if you will. Here's red, global temperature. And you can see the massive dips here also coinciding with volcanic aerosols. There's the Tambora eruption that continued to erupt multiple times over a year and a half, causing that temperature dip to happen quickly. And again, in the Maunder minimum, shortly after the solar flux and the cosmic ray increase happened, massive volcanic eruptions causing that temperature to go way down and stay down. Takes a while to recover, decades to recover from that type of volcanic aerosols. And here you see us dipping down today. Ice warning after snow and flooding affects the UK. Several of our subscribers sent me amazing pictures looking just like this. A car navigating snowy conditions. That looks like a foot. Warnings for ice in northern England are in place after wintry conditions affected large parts of the UK, with snow and heavy rain in many areas. Met Office yellow be aware warnings for the north, east, and Yorkshire, Humber, and Monday say icy patches could form on wet surfaces. Temperatures fell sharply on Saturday night with a low of minus 13.5 C. 7.7 Fahrenheit for all you US nonsenses. In the highlands of the village of Dalwhinnie. That's where the pictures came from, Dalwhinnie. Heads up. Thanks, guys, for sending those pictures. And keep them coming. If you got any tips for us that you want to share with the world, please send them to Oppenheimer Ranch at Gmail. And that's a boom. Volcanic one with electricity inside because we live in an electric universe, guys. You're living in an electrochemical bag of flesh. So that's a heads up. Roads around the country closed due to flooding. This is Ireland. It doesn't get any better for you in England there. Roads in several counties are impassable due to flooding. They've been advised to exercise caution and avoid certain areas. AA Road Watch has compiled the list of routes. The N77 Kilkenny Portlos Road is closed between Henriby's Cross and Ballygregget due to flooding. And so on and so forth. Whew. So this looks like a lock or a canal that is now flowed over its banks. I have no idea what that's all about. But that's associated with the same storm. And this storm, Jackson, is going to cross the Atlantic and probably hit you guys in a few days. Let's talk about Papua New Guinea, eruption with ash at Kadovar. This volcano, we have footage of it. Let's make sure it's going to parse for us. I got footage that just came out from some foreign radio station over there in Papua New Guinea. Let's try to get these all up here. We're having a meltdown, so I'm going to close some links here. So this is the volcano erupting today, Kadovar, care of this TV program. But let's go to the article. An island volcano in Papua New Guinea erupted again Sunday, sending plumes of steam and ash into the air. Thousands of people have been evacuated from the island surrounding Kadovar and the South Pacific nation's north coast since the volcano began erupting on January 5th. Flights nearby have been canceled due to the risks of ash plumes. Ships are warned to stay away from the island. Experts warned last week that seismic activity beneath the volcano meant that a major eruption could be imminent, including to our channel as well. Guys, you know I'm a geologist. Kadovar is on the northeastern coast of New Guinea, and this isn't the only volcano we have to worry about now. There's a new one in Papua New Guinea waking up. So let's look at the eruption today. Good footage here. I'm going to blow it up. Now, they're worried about the southeastern flank of this island blowing off in the next few days or weeks, causing a tsunami, and that could be loss of life in the area. So they're trying to get people further away from this island as the intensity increases. This is the section they're worried about calving off. Let's go look at that again. It's the most active side, the southeastern side. We're going to talk about that quickly, and then we're going to talk about a new volcano in Papua New Guinea that just woke up while we're making this video. Small PNG volcano could partially collapse. We just watched it. That's the side there they're worried about. And this is cutting news, guys. This is in the last 12 hours. The region on the south records debris avalanches currently, said the observatory in its latest situation report, warning that more landslides are possible. Both the national government and the East Sepik province government have advised local communities that there was a small risk of tsunami from the Kadovar volcanic activity. Now, if this is a small volcanic flank collapse, this is only a small island, so you're only looking at a tsunami in the range of 10 to 15 feet that's going to only be local, But if it's a catastrophic explosion, it's a whole different scenario. So if it's a mild calving off of this tiny island, then it's a local tsunami. But it could still affect the locals. So we're watching this. And it's interesting because it also Langila has woken up today. And there's an orange alert. So that's significant. And let's look at it. It's currently 3 out of 5. No significant activity since back here November 15th at all when there was some ash. But now there's an orange alert with some large activity happening now. So heads up to Papua New Guinea. They have multiple volcanoes waking up as predicted as we descend into the grand solar minimum. And also we're looking for seismic uptick, which we have. Not globally, just in North and South America. Look at this, guys. 2.5 or greater. Look at the activity on this particular continental margin. The west coast of North and South America are kicking. These are all aftershocks from the major quake here in Peru. These are aftershocks from the major quake that just happened the other day in Mexico and Costa Rica. But heads up, and this activity is moving up to San Andreas. We now have a 4.5, 94 kilometers west-northwest of La Libertad, Mexico, and that is a boom. Guys, I'm sure you're worried up here with this 3.0 in Big Fork, Montana. Seismic uptick happening in North and South America. It's quite significant. We're watching it. Another New Madrid area pop off here, 2.7 in the Appalachians. 11 kilometers south of Wilmore, Kentucky. So we're watching it live, the uptick of volcanoes and earthquakes globally as we descend and the cosmic rays increase as predicted by hundreds of scientists for decades. We've been talking about this for decades. Now what I got here is a nice graphic of sun and ocean cycles with temperature. It's a little busy, but it really shows you how everything is correlating together and how everything is cyclic at multiple scales. You have multiple scales of temperature fluctuating on a decadal pattern because of this total solar irradiance, coupled with the Pacific decadal oscillation and the Atlantic multi-decadal oscillation, which are depicted in lavender. And where we are right now is at a time when total solar irradiance of the sun is at the lowest for the last 100 years. The Atlantic multi-decadal oscillation has turned a cusp and has started to drop off, as well as the Pacific decadal oscillation. You couple that with the waning magnetosphere, and you have a cocktail of a grand solar minimum unlike any ever. And it also coincides with the center of the Great Year, the 12,900 year flexure where the Heinrich event happens, which is sea level drop. So, just a quick primer on some things that are occurring. Let's talk about the Rattlesnake Ridge area. We've been covering it. Can experts predict the collapse at Washington's Rattlesnake Ridge? Well, they've just extended the dates. While Las Vegas bookies aren't laying odds yet on a landslide here, engineers and geologists are tracking it, including our channel, because we're geologists. But the chances are that they're now pushing it down to mid-March to early April, when it was February to March for the slide. So that's a heads up there. Now we're going to come to our local coverage. One of my colleagues back in the day at Temple is now a professional geologist. He's doing analysis of this hill like no other geologist is doing because it's available to the public. It's coming through EZC Productions page. We want all of you to go there and support her page. Give her some subscriptions there and a thumbs up like I'm going to do right there. Boom. And let's take a look at what we have going on here. Thanks to an analysis by Bill Wetstein, my friend, soon to be the 420 geologist. And what you're looking at is a time lapse from December 5th to the 17th of January. And I want you to take your eyes down here to the bulge. So just parse up real quick. 1533 is where I need it. I'm sorry. We already have that. Now take a look at the bulging here. Right in this region. You can see the advancement of the slide. Now, according to all the hundreds of geologists in this area and the professionals, they're predicting the slide is going to be coming into the quarry in the direction towards the screen. But what we see here is alarming evidence that the movement is on the plane of this line where I'm drawing right now. The flexure and the bulging in this area of the whole hill is, and also below the shear fracture in this area, is very dangerous and telling. What you're looking at is a very dangerous situation developing in the Rattlesnake Ridge area. We're going to run it through real quick. I want you to direct your eyes down here to the bulging and the motion. This slide is clearly moving to the left. Now that's where the main highway is and the river. We'll just let it run for a minute. You make your own decision on what you see. But this is catastrophic bulging in this region, which is showing the motion. I'm moving the motion of the slide. So this is going to be moving left a lot more than they think. There's catastrophic swelling here below, which is unassociated with the slide, which is now part of the association. And I think that this is amazing. If you want to see this again and again and again, awesome. I'm sure we're going to get sued by Cornforth. Good luck. But please, I'm going to leave you links down here to Easy C Productions and go check this out. It's an amazing footage. Thank you, Bill Wetstein. You rock. And that's a boom. Climate alarmists say record cold is a signal of warming. And that's how stupid they are. Of course, because no matter what happens, that's what is responsible. That global warming happened. Cooling, it's global warming. It's cooling. The earth is freezing. It's cool. It's warming. It's global. It's algorming. Algorming. I'll leave you links to this awesome blog. Climate alarmists now say record cold is a sign of warming. And because they have nothing else to say. What are you going to say? Volcanoes. They just said last month that volcanoes in Ecuador are erupting because the glaciers are melting. I mean, it doesn't get more insane than that. If you're part of the sheep walking around agreeing with all the other 90% of everyone that volcanoes in Ecuador are erupting because glaciers are melting, oh my God. You are going to be consumed. It's fucking insane. Yo, guys, let's talk about where we are right here. Here's the epic of the modern ages. This is where we're sitting, geologically speaking, here at the end of the Neogene. Here's the Paleogene, Cretaceous, Jurassic, Triassic, and the Paleozoic back here. I studied in the Ordovician, Silurian, Devonian, a lot of stratigraphic rocks in this area. But I want to draw your eye to the black line, which is the proxy data for global temperature. And here we are here. Right here at the baby blue circle. There was only one other time over the last 500 million years that we think it was colder, and it's back here in the Ordovician-Silurian boundary at 440 million years ago. So for the last 440 million years, the planet has been warmer considerably than it is today. In fact, today is the coldest the planet has ever been. Ever. And here we are today in the last 5.5 million years. And you can see that we've been cooling for 5.5 million years into the ice age that we now live in. And these up and down, up and down, up and down. These are the glacial cycles that we're now in. Up and down. And I'll leave you links to the geologic temperature record just so you don't get it twisted. This is the coldest it has ever been in recorded history. Actually, for the last 5 billion years. If you can get the last 4.5 billion years since life supposedly started on the planet, you're going to see it. Here we are down here. This is the temperature proxy, all higher than this baseline. We're at the coldest point in Earth's history, and the mainstream and the IPCC is telling you it's the hottest it has ever been. That couldn't be further from the truth. Based on the information I'm giving you, this is what I've learned and studied for decades. I know that this is the coldest it has ever been on planet Earth, and you should too. Guys, I hope you got something out of the video. I hope you have something to share with your friends and family that think we're all burning up. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so now. And hopefully, the popping noise will happen globally. Because we're descending into a period and an epoch unlike any we have ever seen in the modern age. Global crop loss and famine, volcanic uptick, unseen, and we're covering it because no one else is. Be safe. Oh, be safe, everybody.